Hi, I'm Dave Rubin from Soma Millwork and Design, and I'm going to be showing you videos of how to assemble your wall unit.
This is a start of the assembly of this wall unit. This will be one piece. That's going to be two pieces, and this is a plywood structure that fits in between. There will be reference lines that you can line up the cabinets to the structure with, and you have to push them together and screw it and make sure it's all tight together. Once you get to this point, you can add this piece on for the fireplace. And that screw, it's probably backwards. And I'll screw in from behind. You can screw that in from behind and a couple of screws through the front. Or you can put this on later. This doesn't have to
Actually, you know what? It could be screwed through the front because they're going to.
Yeah, you can screw it all through the front.
Just so you're aware, this here is an inside access panel, the same as you'll see in another video, and that is so that you can access the gas hookups for the fireplace.
Now, before you even screw these together, you have to make sure the whole thing is level. If it's not level, it's not going to work. It's going to affect your upper cabinets. If you saw the upper cabinets when they were sitting on the tabletop, all the cabinets were sitting tight, it wasn't splayed out or anything like that. That's because this whole thing was level. So your probably best bet is you need a laser level to basically dead level from one end to the other.
Okay.
Once you get that dead level, you have to shim it up so it's dead level. Once it's screwed together, we can put the tops on. Hey, Jared?
So these are the two. This is the top. It's in two portions. You can see right here there's an existing hole. That's the grommet for behind the TV. And you can see the ends where there is biscuits that will help line things up.
Okay. So we're going to put the first half on. Basically, it should be flush to the front of the gable, and it should be flush on the end. Just place them for now, and then we'll put on the other side. You can slide them in, and you can align them and put them into the biscuits. Again, it should be nice and flush. That one got bumped over a little bit.
Making sure that this gap here is tight. There you go.
So don't get too crazy about having everything lined up just for now. Let's get this joint nice and flush and even. And screw the joint together. So you can get access screws from underneath. Come on this side. Probably on this side, Dave.
Over here?
Yep. On this side. You can probably feel from the top to see if it's tight or not. And this will tighten your joint. It should be nice and flush on top and flush on the side. You bump it around if you need to get it nice and flush. And then screw it together. Okay, so these 3 screws.
Okay.
Now once your joint is nice and tight, then you can go back and make sure everything is flush. And make sure it's flush on the ends. And check the other side. Make sure that's flush. And depending on how tight you get this together, just split the difference, but it should be pretty flush. Okay, once you get to that point, then you go underneath and screw the top down. There'll be screws there, screws on this side. Do the same thing under these cabinets.
See the screws right there.
And then underneath the plywood structure, there'll be screws too. There's a couple there, and there'll be some here, and a couple there. So that's the assembly of the base section of the wall unit.
Now, one of the other items is I showed you the grommet hole here, and you can see there are holes in the top. Okay, these are to help you locate the upper cabinets into their proper location. Right here, there will be a pin for the sliding door, which hasn't been installed yet, but will be. And that's it.
I'm going to show you how to install the upper portion of this unit. So what you need to do is place all the cabinets on top. This gives you a good reference point, you know, flush to the back here and flush to the outside. You can place them all in order. Last one being on this side, the same thing, should be flush to here and flush to here. Once you get to that position, make sure that these are also in the right position. This should be 5 1/8 back from the front edge. And then there's no face frame here yet, but I'll show you to this one. This one is 5 1/4 inch back. So this cabinet here protrudes an extra 8.
See right there? There's the 1/8 of an inch difference.
So once you got them all in place and tight together,
so hold on a second. So yeah, go ahead.
Once you have these in place, you have to screw all the cabinets together first. There's 4 screws. On this side, there'll be 4 screws. To the side, same thing, 4 screws. Same thing on this side, 4 screws, right? Just slide this in place. Once you got them together and they're nice and tight, you gotta make sure everything's tight up here. And you'll achieve that if this is dead level. If it's not level, then you know you have a problem. So once you got everything screwed together, then you can start screwing it down. So there's 2 screws to screw it down to the cabinet. There's 4 screws here to screw it down. Same thing here, and same thing here. 2 screws to screw it down. So that's the insulation of the top section.
Correct. And one of the features that you should be aware of is here's a grommet hole. There's a grommet hole. So when the TV panel, which you don't see, that's going to fill this area, the wires can go through the grommet holes, they come down underneath and into your AV cabinet. There's a grommet hole. Here's an access panel for your fireplace. There's another grommet hole. Here is a removable panel so that when you have your plugs in the back, you can cut out for them or just take the panel off to expose them.
At this point, all your face frames with wires should be already attached to the cabinet. But just for insulation purposes, so you can see what's going on, I'm going to pull it off so you can see where they're at that. Okay, here. The last part of the install, we're putting the crown or valance together. So what you have to do is, there's 2 Allen key holes on either side. It pulls apart, and they're just connectors. You want to line them up, get everything as flush as possible, and lock them together. Okay. At this point, you want to make sure everything is pretty flush. Now after that, install then you should install these reinforcement plates. Just match up the letters and the symbols, and this will strengthen the joint. Again, match up the numbers. Make sure they go in the right spot. All right, now to install into the cabinet. We'll probably need 3 people. Make sure all these connectors are facing the right way. For every door, the clips should be on the outside. See, this one's turned around. We'll turn that around that way, and that one turned that around the other way. Yeah. So there's one door here, the clips are on the outside. And same with this one. There's one door here, the clips are on the outside. Okay, we can slide it in now. You push a little higher. Okay, you want to push it in so it hits hard, and you want to center it. You want to make sure it's flush on both sides, so you can bump it to the sides, get it pretty flush. How are you flush over there? A little bit more. As long as it's close, right? Okay. Okay, good. Okay. Once you're at this point, it's 4 screws. So there'll be a screw here. But this face frame will be on, so you know when you're installing it, you'll have to reach around behind there because this face frame will be on. And there's another screw there. There's another screw here. And there's another screw here. So that's the installation of the balance.